Well, you sound great to me.
It's very nice of you. Hey there, YouTube. Today, we're going to talk about red dots and equipment. Here we have a 507 comp on a gun, and here we have an SRO on a gun. And I'm here with my good friend, Joel Park. You're here to talk trash about SRO. I love it. I'm here for it. And before, I'm going to have a long preamble, and then I want you to talk, okay?
Sounds good to me.
Long preamble. Okay, so this gun here, Shadow 2, very nice gun. I purchased this gun during the 2022 shooting season, I think middle of the year, roughly. At that time, there was one optic to put on it. There was an SRO. So it has an SRO on it. Now, as time marches on a couple years, this gun purchased during the 2024 season, right? Now, there's a 507 comp on it. And at the time I ordered this gun, this to me was just as obvious of a decision, right? Because I feel like I get the dot I want. Like it's rugged, reliable. It's a big window. It's maybe the cheapest way to do that. It's maybe now more reliable than the SROs. Maybe that's true. But in any event, it seemed just as obvious in 2024 that I should buy this sight to go on the gun. However, I have no desire to take the SRO off of my Shadow 2. Like, it is fit for purpose. It's mounted correctly. It's zeroed. Like, it does all the things. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like we're kind of simpatico in our view on what equipment, but when you said, like, I'm taking SROs off these guns, I'm putting on other stuff, I was like, we need to talk about this because I find that very interesting. All right. So you are now removing SROs from some guns.
I am.
Okay. You got to tell me why. I can't wait.
All right. Well, the first thing that really I dropped a video on my Instagram, I don't know, a couple days ago. And the thing that actually annoyed me, so doing some agency stuff, so I'm back to training with the polymer guns for a bit. And on a couple of my polymer guns, like you said, it was the go-to, I have SROs on them. In my basement, I was dry firing with these guns, and I was getting reflections and stuff off the emitter that's like bouncing off the lens in my basement, Ben. And I was just like, this is super annoying. Like, why am I dealing with this? So I just grab a 507 comp. Oddly enough, sorry, go ahead.
Jeez, though, you've dry fired with those guns in the same basement.
It was just the right angle. It just hit me that day. I was just like, why am I messing with this? So it was the right angle, the right lighting, and I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of annoying. So I'm like, hey, from this angle, let me grab different guns. So I grab 507 comp, it doesn't do it. I grab the Vortex, it doesn't do that. And so again, like what you said earlier, I was still lazy. I'm like, well, whatever, like I'll deal with it. So all I do is just throw on the old Stonebridge Gunworks occlusion cover. Like, okay, cool, no big deal. No glare, good to go. Just keep doing the dry fire thing. Well, I posted a video on Instagram, and I was like, hey, and I said basically what you just said. Like, these guns, I've got a couple of these, the dots on them are like, they've been on there for years. They're zeroed. They work great. They hold zero. I'm too lazy to take them off or to purchase new ones. Like, they're on, they're fine. So I'm just going to leave it. So, but I made the comment, hey, if I could just magically change these out for Holosuns, or, which we'll talk about shortly, the new Vortex Defender, like, I would just magically change this out if I could. Either one. Well, your friend and mine, Josh from Holosun, messaged me. Is like, hey, so if you want some magic, just let me know how many dots you want. And I was like, yeah, I guess this is worth it. Like, I'll just change them out. So that was like, yeah. Full disclosure, I mean, we get Holosun dots for free, but like, man,
people complain about that a lot.
I know. I'm just like, I'm real about it. Like, I don't.
But it's like, I'm just as happy to buy them.
You too.
Like, when I ordered this gun, I just paid for the Holosun that sits on top of it and had Staccato install it. Just like, I don't know. Like, I'm happy to buy stuff.
Yeah, I'm not any form of arrogance. Like, I'm not really price sensitive. So if it's the stuff I want, I just buy it.
Dude,
whatever.
I was going to do a separate video on it because it made me laugh a lot. There was one guy, I'm going to pull up his comment because it's so funny. He was mad about, like, he and his buddies get Surefire. I agree with Ben overall, but he and his buddies get Surefire shit free. Of course, they don't care if the cost is absurd for what it is.
It's the right, like, okay, let's talk about Surefire. Hey, I think I'm wearing a Surefire shirt. Go figure.
You
I
are.
didn't pay for this either. So it's like, no, let's talk about this. So if I go to train, like, next week I'll be training with Special Forces people for 5 days. I'm not trying to be unkind. Those people are not going to have O-lights on their guns. They're not going to have Streamlight. And honestly, I think Streamlight is a fine product. Would I go to war with it? Probably not. But if I'm going to hang out like with professionals that shoot guns all the time, like they are going to have Surefire stuff. If they have a suppressor, it's going to be a Surefire product. So I'm not going to show up to train Special Forces with a bunch of O-light stuff. I'm not trying to be unkind. I'm just saying, like, I am a slave to appearances. And the Surefire stuff's the right stuff to have. So guess what? Yeah, I've got Surefire, like I've got turbos and I've got ultras on my guns because that's the gear the clientele has, and it's the best stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have the same, like the Surefire guys, I like them. Same as I get along. I like the Holosun guys.
Yeah.
I like the Vortex guys, and they're happy to send me stuff. But it's like I also I've bought most of my Surefire suppressors. The majority of the suppressors I have, I paid for, and it was when they were offering to send them to me for free, and I still bought them. It's just like I don't always take the free stuff.
Like I've got the dual fuel, like 600 dual fuel rifle lights on my carbines. I bought those also. I got them from the pro shop, like with the switches and all that junk. Like Tim had them in stock. Like, okay, cool. So I mean, yeah, I do get some stuff for free, but like I'll buy this stuff too. But again, I want to have the right gear. Like,
let me put it this way: I'm pretty sure OLED will send you free stuff too.
I'm sure I don't mean to be unkind. I'm sure they're a fine product, but like I can't show up for a week of military training with OLED stuff. It's not appropriate.
Like that makes me want to put OLED stuff on all my guns and go do military training, Joel.
Should.
Just to annoy you. Makes me want to do it.
Whatever.
All right, let's get back on the dot thing.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, I feel like maybe your perception of the SRO has changed more than the SRO itself.
I think the quality control's also gone downhill, being real with you. So let's say I buy a couple a year, either for me or if I'm buying them for you to put them on your guns. And I feel like over the years, it's changed. So originally the glass, I feel like I did not get as much reflection. The latest couple years worth of guns, I see more issues with students' guns in class, where it's like, maybe not necessarily the double dot, but it's like the little chunks that kind of bounce off the lens. And then more issues with, well, Matt sent me a couple videos where like, and you had one, the lens, when you shoot, it keeps coming more and more off the front.
I've had 2 SROs fail. One of them, the emitter just died, and the other one, the glass popped out the front like this. I believe Matt had 2 with the glass popped out the front.
He did. He sent me a video.
Now, it's not like, to me, it's not like a fatal flaw if a dot I'm using breaks, because I'm going to break all of them. I will break them all. But I, especially given the cost differential, like I said, it doesn't make sense to buy the SRO. And I agree with you. My observation as well. The quality has gone down on them. I don't think there's much question.
And like the SRO, like you said, it was like the SRO or the Delta Point Pro back in the day or whatever else. It's like when I first got red dot guns, I asked you, Professor, and my friend Kenny, because like all you guys had red dots. I'm like, which one breaks the least? SRO. Everyone says SRO. I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's what I'm buying.
But technically it's the RMR, but you're not going to use that one anyway. No, that it's almost a curse how those hoes don't die. It's like you want it to die. Like,
yeah. So anyway, I mean, like the SRO. If somebody has one, I would not tell somebody to sell the one they've got or like it's trash. They're okay, but I just like if I was buying one today, it wouldn't be that. So like you said, the Holosun's been really good for me. And people get too spun up about all the different dot size. I just like the smallest dot. It's good to go. But there's annoyances with Holosun too. So for example, get a good angle, the little screw in the battery cap, those can back out, which is why I do witness marks.
It's Loctite in mine. Never changing this battery again.
There you go.
It's a joke, Joel.
I know. That would be my problem someday.
Yeah, this is a future Joel problem you're looking at here.
This is true.
Can I bitch about something else?
What's that?
Batteries in these, in the 507 comps, and it's in the Walmart SRO. I'm sorry, the CNH Precision, whatever competition dot, whatever the hell they call that. They're using a different battery.
Okay.
It's not a 2032. I think it's a 1632.
That sounds right.
And I believe the battery life will be about a year on this. It was about a year on my Walmart SRO before it needed to be changed. And I feel like the battery life on the Holosun 510s, the 509Ts, the fucking SROs is all 2 years.
I don't know. Like I haven't such varying times I purchased them. I haven't. I mean, I'll take your word for it. But I haven't experienced any issues.
Well, let me tell you something. I never turn my dots off, so I get a pretty good sense of the battery life.
That makes sense.
I think I have like 40 of them running at all times. I don't know.
Probably do. It's very wasteful of you.
Me too.
So anyway, there's one other irritation I do have with the Holosun is the size of the screws to zero the optic. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit annoying because you need to use their tool. I mean, once you get it zeroed, it's good to go. But I mean, that's like those are the only points I could even pick apart with the Holosun that I don't like. Yeah. So that's a good sign. And then fast forward, you might not have one in front of you, but the other one I'm super interested in is the Vortex Defender XL because, like again, it's like things moving forward. They've got I don't know the details, but like technology or coatings on the lenses that's supposed to help with glare. You can turn it up extremely bright. Like it offers something new. It brings something new to the table. The only annoyance with this part, with this dot, is it takes the Delta Point Pro footprint. So you might have to get a different plate. But otherwise, like
3 MOA one.
I'm sorry?
Are they doing a 3 MOA version? They were kind of talking about it when we were there.
I've had text messages about stuff that I'm not supposed to talk about. Vortex will have new stuff coming.
Oh, but you should talk about it on the internet.
Okay. So I have a 5 MOA dot on this one. And
do you ever foresee having a different MOA dot, Joel?
I think that could happen at some point in my life.
Okay. That's what I wanted to hear.
So I mean, like, let's be real. The 5 MOA dot originally, when I was like 5, I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, okay, I'll try it. Then, like, just looking at the dot or staring at the dot, I'm like, yeah, the dot's kind of big. Then when I'm actually training and I'm actually trying to be target focused, it's like, who cares? I don't notice it at all. Like, if I'm in my basement or in my office, like, looking at the dot, I'm like, yeah, the dot's a little bit bigger compared to the other ones. But when you're training with it, it's like, it doesn't matter. And I don't really have any irritations yet with the Vortex, other than the footprint, I wish was different. But otherwise,
I disagree on the footprint thing.
What's that?
I kind of disagree with all the people on the footprint thing. It comes with a plate.
For a Glock.
For a Glock. So I'm not mad.
Huh?
I can't be mad in that case.
Well, this will be artistic stuff that you don't care about. But the reason is the Delta Point Pro, it's got like 4 little bosses in the corner of the plate. So compared to the RMR or the SRO RMR that has 2, like the theory is it's supposed to be more attached to the plate or can't slip around more or whatever. I don't know if that is or isn't an issue. Some people like that about the Delta Point Pro.
Overhang as well?
Maybe.
I think there's something with how wide the footprint is. Like some of the nerds feel very strongly that the footprint that we dislike. Well, I mean, I just want all mine to be the same, I guess.
Me too.
I don't really care. But it's like they say that one's objectively better.
Okay. I mean, sounds okay to me. I haven't had any issues with either footprint, so I don't.
That's pretty much been my experience too. It's like, which one is it? Or is it okay? Put the thing in the thing.
I mean, I don't really do anything. I mean, I shoot them in dirt pits, but that's about it. So I don't know. Like I'm not like, not punching out and going to work with these things, I suppose. But
I guess not.
I don't know. So anymore, I mean, like, yeah, the SRO is okay. And if you have them, it's totally fine. But if I was going to buy one today, it would be either the Vortex Defender or a Holosun 507 comp.
What if somebody wanted a close emitter?
Probably what? It'd be Holosun, I think.
Is that the 509?
Yeah, I think so. Or 507. I don't like people always ask about open and closed emitter. Here's the deal. So like if you have the closed emitter and something gets inside of it, you have a big problem. You're sending it back. So, and if you get something on the emitter with this one, I will just wipe it out. So I don't know. But I don't do anything cool. I don't have an opinion.
There's issues with both. I think people think like the closed emitter is like better or more rugged or something. I don't really think so.
Well, again, like I'm talking about all hypotheticals that I have no experience, but I suppose like this could get full of snow or something, and it would be tougher to get out. Whereas, you know, like the acro or whatever would be easier to shake, I suppose. I don't like what percentage, you know, people have like these theoreticals in their brain for how they think stuff is going to work or whatever, but actually using the gun, I don't know. Like if you shot it once, if this thing was full of snow and you fired it one time, I'm pretty sure all the snow would come out of it. Or whatever.
All right. So now I'm going to ask you a tough one.
Yeah.
You can only pick one, 507 comp or Vortex Defender XO.
Right now it'd be the Holosun just because I have more experience with it. Like I already know what I'm getting.
That was too quick for you. It's annoying.
Sorry, it's a no-brainer.
Well, I mean, that's the one that I'm currently buying. So.
Well, let's talk about this. These Holosuns are Chinese made. You're supporting, I don't know, USSR or whoever, you know, supposedly. I'm dating myself, but like, what do you say about that? People, that's the comeback. You're like, oh, these things are Chinese made. You should buy made in America, whatever.
Well, I don't really worry about that stuff too much, to be honest. Like
well, I have a cell phone that was probably not made in the US. I've got an Alienware laptop next to me. I'm pretty sure that wasn't made in the US. I've got, I don't know, these monitors. I don't know, these probably aren't. I don't mean to be crappy, but like I don't really look at stuff and be like where it's just made, and that makes my decision for me to where I'm going to buy them. I just look at the product, and if it's the product I want at like the right price point, right feature, function, benefit, that kind of thing, I just buy it.
Fair enough.
But people get really spun up about that, and I don't really understand why.
It's not something I get too worried about, but a lot of people it upsets them.
Yeah.
There's other stuff I would boycott way before I'd boycott Holosun optics. You know what I mean?
Tell me more.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like I don't have a Disney Plus subscription. It's not even a boycott. It's like they don't make stuff for me.
Sure.
It's like I shouldn't have a Netflix subscription. They don't make stuff for me. You know what I mean? It's just like it would probably be better, like if a lot of people did not use Amazon to order everything, and then there was other places to order things from, but I still buy stuff from Amazon. Like even though I acknowledge like it would be better socially if there was other options for people. You know what I mean? And that
True.
stuff is like way higher up the list than Holosun optics. But that's just me.
People get emotional about it though. That's the amusing
part, I mean,
part,
it's okay to get emotional. Sometimes people get fired up. I like it. All right, Joel, thank you so much for taking time this morning to chat with me.
Thank you. Hopefully we get a lot of hate mail and we upset somebody, so that'd be good.
That's what you're all about. I know you love upsetting people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, take it easy, Joel. Thank you.